Matt Helders, the drummer, where he says where he got his inspiration from play drums.
Yeah.
That's me.
This was my first CD I ever bought. Went to the store, they didn't have it. They had this one.
IGGY Pop and the Studios, Raw Power, one of the best records ever recorded.
Y en esta ocasión nos dimos una vuelta por una nueva tienda, Ballena Records, ubicada en Lomas de Chapultepec, donde casualmente nos encontramos a Chris, Johan y Vigilante, integrantes de The Hives, a quienes aprovechamos para preguntarles sobre los discos que han influido en su carrera musical y personal, así como los recuerdos que tienen sobre ellos. Chequen lo que nos contaron.
I am Chris Dangers from The Hives. I'm here to talk about a few records that have meant something to me in a way or another. Gonna start with this one. This is FLEETWOOD MAC. Rumors came out in '77. One of the best records ever written, recorded, and delivered to people, I guess. I grew up listening to this record. Mom and dad, huge FLEETWOOD Mac fans. Listened a lot to these guys, Pink Floyd, and a bunch of other stuff, but this is still, in my opinion, one of the best records ever made, and it will stay that way till I die.
Do you have a special memory when you see that
record? Yeah, absolutely. I've listened to it ever since I can, have my first memory, kind of. And the speakers I used to listen to this to, old orange JBLs that were in my childhood home, I now have in my studio, so I sometimes listen to it. In the same speakers I used to listen to it when I was 0 years old. So this is a very special record to me. The next one, fast forward a few years, my older brother introduced me to synth music, and these are like the pioneers when it comes to electronical music. Kraftwerk, German band. Fucking great, and this song Radioactivity, you gotta listen to it to understand what I'm talking about. The sounds, the minimalist approach to producing and whatnot is just blew my mind. This one too, and especially the song Radioactivity was.
Have you seen them live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many times. Yeah, I've seen FLEETWOOD Mac live too. So yeah. And speaking of live, it's not a live record, but these are guys we've toured with and played with live a lot. Good friends of ours, Arctic Monkeys, I guess a more modern record than the other two I've talked about, but this is also super important to me. I think it's one of the best modern records out there, kinda. And it's also, they're such good guys, these guys. And there's an interview with Matt Helders, the drummer, where he says where he got his inspiration from play drums. Yeah. That's me. No, love these guys. We played with them a bunch. Last year was the last time we did like 17 huge fucking stadium shows in the UK. They're huge, but still, best people. Love it. There's a song on here that when we toured with them 10 years ago or whatever. There's a song on this record called Fireside that I like a lot, but they never played it live. But I asked them if they could do Fireside for me one night, and they did. So I got to hear like a song that's on here live that most people don't.
Do you have any special memory about touring with Arctic Monkeys? Like, it's really different.
Yeah, it's one of the best performances I've seen. Like this last tour we did just a year ago, it's just an honor to share the stage with these guys, and the way that they play, the way that they sound, the way that they look, everything is enjoyed it. Like one of the best live bands out there.
Hi, I'm Johan. I'm with The Hives. I'm here to show you a couple of great records, okay? Start with this one. In 89, or it might have been 90, I went to my first proper concert, the Rolling Stones. It was for the Steel Wheels album, I think. And I'd heard that song, Between a Rock and a Hard Place. I wanted to go get it. This was my first CD I ever bought. Went to the store, they didn't have it. They had this one. Turns out they played Brown Sugar which was the only song off this one, but I was happy I got it. They stopped playing it, actually. It's not, accepted
How did you
anymore.
discover them?
Through my brother, I think. He brought me to that show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the first one with Mick Taylor on it. So, and one of my favorite of all their albums. Check it out. Next one. No, I can do this one. I've been trying to sound like this all my life. Never succeeded, so I quit, Plus I got a new job now. I don't have to. I chose this one. I like all their records, but I chose this one because of this song. This is my jam right here. I've been listening to it lots recently. Running Back to You. It's a beautiful, simple song about breakup. Check that one out too.
Why you like so much about their sound?
Come on. You don't like it?
No, I mean,
everyone likes it.
I want to know your opinion.
Yeah, well, it had a different sound. They were sort of hard to categorize. Like, is this rock music? Is it soul music? It had horns. To me, it's definitely rock music, but it has roll too. I want to talk about this one. So this is, to me, when Prince left our planet, left the competition behind and, became his own artist. I think he did this all by himself and didn't mention anything to the record company or he recorded it by himself at Sunset Sound and just presented like, here's my new sound. And I can imagine what a shock it must have been because it sounds like new wave music, almost, power pop, there's funk, it has the driest sound of all records. Check it out.
Hey, I'm Vigilante Karlström from the rock band The Hives, and I picked 3 records that meant something to me growing up. Let's start with one of the best records of all time, Bad Brains. It says here it's the best punk hardcore album of all time, and it's fucking true. It was recorded in 81, came out in 82, and still one of the best records ever. As young punks, we played all these songs in the rehearsal space. Sailing On, Paid to Come, and whatnot. Too good.
How old were you when you first heard those songs?
I'm probably like 16, something like that. But this record's been with me for a long time, and I love it. The Stooges, IGGY Pop and The Stooges, Raw Power. I mean, I don't know what to say. It came out in '73. One of the best records ever recorded. I think Search and Destroy is one of my favorite songs ever. It's more dangerous than anything you ever heard in your entire life. And still gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. And I mean, everything. I love IGGY Pop, but this record is, as a kid growing up, it was like something I never heard before.
In a personal level, what does that record mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, all these 3 records kind of changed my life in a way. And IGGY is IGGY, I guess. And the last one, probably one of the records I listened most to in my entire life. Till the point that I can't listen to it anymore because I think I did enough. It's The Clash, London Calling, 1979. One of my favorite songs ever is on here. It's Lost in the Supermarket. Your Strummer is a true classic. Go buy all these 3 records as soon as you can and enjoy if you haven't heard them. Mwah!
Honestamente, aunque no tuvimos tanto tiempo de charla, fue bastante cool conocer más a fondo el gusto musical de los integrantes de The Hives, especialmente ese disco de los Arctic Monkeys que le encanta a Chris y las memorias de su gira con ellos, o también la influencia que IGGY Pop ha tenido en Vigilante. Pero bueno, ¿cuál fue el dato favorito que aprendieron en este episodio? Nos vemos en la siguiente entrega. Bye.